Hi, this is Andy Brandt, and today I would like to talk about self-organization. Now, self-organization is a popular term because it's frequently used right now in all the management books, in all modern management practices. It's also used in Agile, where self-organizing teams are a foundation of popular frameworks like Scrum. So let's look at self-organization more closely. Now, self-organization kind of appears to be like a cloud, like a concept of something that just happens on its own, and it doesn't require much attention, let alone direction from management in a company. So just let people self-organize and everything will be fine. And I think that's not exactly true. I think self-organization doesn't occur that way. In order to get productive self-organization that will produce results that we want, certain conditions must be met. And I call those conditions the triangles of self-organization. So we need three parameters. We need a goal, we need some rules, and we need pressure. Now let's discuss all of those components in detail. So first of all, a group of people which is about to self-organize needs a goal. So if I would go on the market square in a major city and shout, "People, self-organize yourselves," nothing would happen because there's no goal, there's no shared goal. So people must have a goal to even start self-organizing. That's the first prerequisite. But also, what kind of a goal it is, how strongly they believe in it, that will shape how a group or a team will self-organize. So different self-organization is necessary, for example, to vandalize shops and burn cars, or to develop software. And a different self-organization is needed for different kinds of software. So people must understand the goal, and the stronger their belief in this goal, the more compelling it is for them, the better the self-organization will be in the team. Apart from a goal, we also need some rules. Now, rules seems to be an ugly word in the world of Agile, where everything seems so soft and nice. However, every group needs some rules. Most of the rules are implied. They come from society, like, I don't know, we are generally nice to one another, etc. But some rules will be established by the organization, and some rules will be established by the group itself. So one of the rules might be, for example, that someone else checks my work before I submit it outside of the group. That might be one of the rules of behavior. Or we don't commit to a design unless a group-wide discussion is held about that design. So those are the examples of rules. You can have different rules for different teams, but definitely some rules are necessary. Of course, some of those rules might be just implied, that they might be just obvious, so there's no need to state them. And some of them, it will be good if they are stated and visible somewhere as I don't know, working agreements of this team, visible to everyone. Now we also need some pressure. Now that's another ugly word in the world of Agile, but there is some pressure needed for people to get going. I use the word pressure, and some would say that the primary driver here should be motivation, but motivation, I think, is a long-term sentiment. So this is something that, for example, causes people to work on this project overall. However, there's probably some pressure needed to get them going this week. This is why, for example, in Scrum we have sprints. There are short iterations and there is some psychological pressure, even though everyone knows it's from the process standpoint it's okay if something is not completed at the end of the sprint. However, the end of the sprint is like a deadline. So usually pressure comes from time. Sometimes the pressure to self-organize comes from danger or from the need that is pressing and critical. Like, for example, if people who self-organize to help victims of an accident, they know time is running out and they have to self-organize to help the victims before they die. So that's a strong pressure for the group to self-organize. Obviously, in businesses we don't usually have have pressure this strong or need this strong, but some element of pressure is needed for self-organization to start occurring. So this is the triangle of self-organization. I kind of created this simplistic, because obviously it's a simplistic model, it's a simplification of the problem, but I developed it to help managers see what their role is. So instead of delegating tasks and controlling how tasks have been performed by workers, they should first have a worthy goal, have a goal that people would believe in, then carefully select the team, help the team establish some rules, maybe bring some rules, maybe help the team establish the other rules, apply a bit of pressure, not too much, not too little, and then basically allow the team to figure out everything else, and keep on checking on the team, keep on checking on the project, and adjusting those parameters of the triangle as the team goes. That's what a good manager would do around a self-organizing team. So in a sense, you use those parameters to kind of direct the work of the team in the direction that the organization or you want the team to proceed in. However, you don't do that directly, and that's very powerful. Also, because people can self-organize in different ways. The way the team self-organizes can change along time as needed, as necessary, and of course people have much more freedom to organize, but also to explore different options, explore different ideas, and come up with better solutions for the problem or goal that we have. So this is a simplistic model, but still I believe a manager should watch those three parameters closely as he or she checks on the team and checks on how the project is performing and how the product is developing. Now, one fourth parameter that later on occurred to me that should be there is something that this whole self-organizing team, and in fact the whole organization, is kind of immersed in, and that parameter is information. So people can only make decisions based on the information that they have. If there are some gapping holes in the information that they were provided with, they will fill it in with their own ideas. Some of them might be wrong, some of them might be hurting for the organization. So it's in organization's interest and in the management interest to provide the teams with relevant, up-to-date, and most of all true information. This issue of truth versus falsehood is very important. Now, to contradict myself from the beginning, I said that self-organization doesn't occur on itself. Well, it does, but usually when it does occur on itself, it takes a form of a creepy conspiracy. Or in other words, this is employees self-organize against the company, against the organization, so that they can derive maximum benefits with minimal effort, avoiding rules and goals, rules that they see as stupid and goals that they perceive as not worthy their attention. So one example of this are all kinds of mission statements or rules or ethical codes of conducts that I encounter in different organizations, which are visibly artificial and are not really followed, and people very quickly discover this kind of dishonesty, and then they self-organize against real rules and real values of an organization, not the ones that are officially stated. So in other words, it pays to be honest with your people, because only then you provide them with right information to make right decision. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to your comments.